Hello, I'm Jodie Armore-white and I'm a psychologist, mainly a consumer psychologist these days, but I used to be the consumer presenter for Channel 9 in Australia, and I'm very keen on getting balanced messages from the media. We've had quite a lot of information, obviously, which has been great, a lot about what we absolutely cannot do and what we definitely need to do. What I would like to spend a bit of time on is looking at the emotional impact that COVID-19 has had or is still having, and specifically in the area of loneliness. What you can be sure of is two things. One is COVID-19 is not discriminatory, and we have seen this. The second thing is there are 7.8 billion people in the world that are experiencing some form of impact around COVID-19. So whatever you are feeling at the moment, you're absolutely sharing those feelings with 7.8 billion other people. We're all isolating in one form or another, and some of us are even shielding, so we've got some time to go. And I'm sure that you have shared stories with others, and they have with you, about some of the challenges that they have faced during isolation, and also some of the happiness that this time has brought people. However, loneliness can be really quite devastating for some people. It isn't just a feeling, it's actually a biological warning to you to say that you need to go and be with other humans. We are by nature very social, so to be put in this situation is incredibly unnatural and quite difficult. This need to be with other people is very much like the drive theory, in terms of if you're hungry, you will go and find something to eat, or if you're thirsty, you'll definitely go and find something to drink. Interestingly, some of the research around isolation has shown that people that have been isolated have a real drop in a neurotransmitter and a hormone called oxytocin. Now, oxytocin, you may know it as the cuddle hormone. It's the hormone in the system that actually creates bonds, and you may actually get this feeling when you're around your best friend, or when you're sort of even holding hands, or certainly in the company of humans. So if you take that away, that hormone will drop in the body, and that can actually make somebody obviously quite sad. So obviously having high levels of oxytocin is beneficial to you, and here's an interesting point. It's not only humans that have oxytocin in their system. So when you're actually around your pet, believe it or not, it's going to increase your levels of oxytocin, and not only yours but theirs as well. So that's a great partnership right there. So there's a little bit of information about loneliness. And look, it may not be you that's feeling lonely, but think there could be some others around you that are suffering from loneliness at the moment. So what can we do? And I think one of the first key things around this is to make sure that you or others have a plan of action of what you're going to do. And they don't even have to be big plans, but to get up every day and think, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm sick of watching television. I've cleaned everything in my house. My cars are sparkling clean, and I've cooked everything. You need to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, nothing will happen. And you are now in a situation where you have to actually force yourself into doing some activity, which is quite difficult when you can't go outside and behave like you would normally behave. Other things that you can do, of course, is to buy that pet. Great idea, but make sure that's a long-term decision and not just one for COVID-19. So make an effort to get in touch. I'm sure that you've been sent quite a lot of information and jokes, and it's great. It just kind of lifts the mood slightly. Could you just imagine where we would be without the internet? It would be absolutely dire. So the other things to think about, don't sit in a holding zone waiting for this to pass. Be active with the time. Think of constructive things to do. You could study a new language. I mean, who knows? You could be the new master chef, or you could start rehearsing now for the X Factor. Whatever takes your fancy. So join some online social groups. That can be a bit of fun if you have a common interest. Helping someone else I think is always rewarding, and also too gives you a sense of purpose at the same time. And finally, I would like to say avoid too much news. If you're listening to news after news after news, it can be very emotionally weighty and a little bit depressing. So perhaps once a day, if you're going to watch news, or otherwise just get online and have a look at just some of the bits and pieces and main topics of the day. Look, I'm not sure if any of this has helped you at all. But maybe you could pass the information on to somebody else that it could help. But I'll be doing a few of these and just hoping that we can all just keep our spirits up and get through COVID-19. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.